This week I take my 12x36 Harbor Freight lathe and upgrade it with the treadmill motor. So if you want to find out how, stick around. So this motor here just crapped out on my Harbor Freight lathe over there. I'm trying to turn that massive bowl sitting on top of that paint can over there. Was a little bit too much for it apparently. So I have over there in the corner an old treadmill, and I have no idea what the motor looks like, but being that treadmills are variable speed and usually have a lot of torque to obviously carry somebody's weight, I'm hoping that it would work for my lathe. So I'm going to go ahead and tear that down now and see what we can salvage out of it. Word of advice, always take pictures of wiring before you disassemble. Now we just grip it and rip it, I guess. So this is a 2 horsepower motor, which the original on the lathe was only 3/4 horse. Pretty decent upgrade, and like I said before, these are known to be pretty torquey, just due to because, you know, they're obviously supporting people running on them. So looks like I have to go ahead and disassemble the whole belt assembly now. Other than that, that's pretty much all the cords. Then we got to fashion up a bracket and see if we can't get it mounted to the lathe. The other pulley. After I got the main motor removed, this was just the removal of the linear actuator motor, which basically just controlled the incline and decline of the treadmill. Next up will be to mount it to the lathe somehow. So I hope you can see what we got going on over here. I basically cut a bracket off of the old treadmill, the mounting bracket for the motor, but the way I had to mount it to the lathe is there's a gap here. I have this spacer that I'm just going to fit up in there and basically weld in there, because there's not enough meat on this side to drill a hole to put a bolt or anything through. And this is just to give you an idea of how it looks from the back side. So I won't be needing to use this clutch system anymore for, I forget what they call this. It's a certain type of like flywheel or clutch type of setup, but I won't need to use that anymore because this has variable speed. So I just have it wide open to fit this belt, because this isn't the right belt, but it should work for this application. So next thing, I'm just going to go ahead and either finish deciding whether I'm going to weld that or put a bolt through that. Alright, so I breezed over a lot of this because I realized that most of this is going to be proprietary to whatever motor you have or are able to find. And obviously for mine, I got it from a treadmill, and so The sizing obviously was a little bit different. As you can see here, I had to cut a notch basically out of the back cover plate so the main wheel could fit in there, and it actually is almost perfectly in line right where the other one was, but as of right now, I got it all welded up and the brackets screwed into place. You can see I just drilled and tapped 2 new holes. This was the bracket that I took from the Treadmill and just cut it off with an angle grinder, and then drilled and tapped new screw holes in there, and then bolted this one on. And you can maybe see that it's got this bracket, the motor mount bracket, has this elliptical hole in it, so I can adjust the tension of the belt, which is nice. And then obviously I just went and tack welded it. Not the prettiest welds, but it'll hold. I was thinking of drilling another hole through here and putting a bolt in, just to give it a little more security, but I figured the welds should hold. I don't know, I guess I got pretty decent penetration, but other than that, we got it all wired up. Got kind of a rat's nest of wires, so I'm gonna just kind of button these up right now, zip tie everything, electrical tape, and then on the front I got to make some sort of little stand or platform for the switches, because I'm using basically the same switchboard as the Treadmill, so I'll show you guys that right now. So here's the main board. Basically, this is my kill switch. You know, all Treadmills have these little tags, so if you fall down, you pull this out, and then the Treadmill turns off. So I guess that's kind of a nice feature that the lathe will have. If something goes wrong, all I got to do is pull this string, and the lathe will shut off. I was thinking eventually maybe just to wire up a switch to this board, but for right now I gotta figure out somewhere to mount this thing so it's easy to reach and be able to turn on and off. Back at the holidays, I got these magnetic holder bases. I was just going to use them for like light holders or tool holders or something like that. And so I came up with this little idea just to use a dowel, and I'm just going to attach that to the back and give those little claws something to grab onto. So hopefully that works out. I'm going to go ahead and attach these now. All right, there we go. We can go ahead and test her on out. Super quiet. So one thing I never liked about the original motor was that the lowest RPM on setting 1 was 600 RPM. When you're trying to rough a really out of shape log or something that's very uneven, that's way too fast. It'll also be good for sanding, so you don't heat up your sandpaper. So being able to dial this down is huge, something that I've been wanting for a long time. But top speed on this thing, I have no idea, but it flies. So really, other than that, that's pretty much it. But the real test is going to be to see how much torque it's got, because I got a giant bowl over there that needs to finish turning, and Yeah, we're gonna try that out right now. So if this thing works and has torque, I will have increased the value of my Harbor Freight lathe tenfold.
So right here, a little bit of worry or panic sets in because you can maybe hear that the motor is winding down, and you notice that it's not getting enough torque, as much torque as I was hoping. Uh, Ultimately, though, it was a super easy fix. The belt was basically just slipping; it was a little too loose, and just by adjusting the original speed adjustment on the lathe, dialed it back, which closed that spring on that flywheel, tightened up the belt, and gave me way more torque and essentially more speed as well. So now it runs like a dream.
Okay, so now it's officially about 1 month after the end of that last clip, and still really happy with the way this thing turned out. If I would have known that I could have done this, this quickly and easily, I would have done this years ago. And it's such a drastic change. Like I said, I mean, this thing, just by doing this, it increases, I think, anyways, the value of one of these Harbor Freight lathes, because you can get the lathe for dirt cheap and then slap a relatively decent motor on it and get something that you would pay probably 5 times as much for if you were to buy a higher quality lathe to begin with. But like I showed in that last clip, or mentioned in the last clip about there not being enough torque, it kind of worried me at first, but it was just as simple as just adjusting this original speed control, which basically adjusted that spring clamp on that pulley or that clutch in there, and basically just pulled a lot more taut on the belt that's in there now, and made it so it gets way more torque and a lot more speed. I do have the speed controller hooked up for this thing. It just wipes past a magnet, but it only, on the original switch or the board for the treadmill, it only reads in miles per hour, so it really doesn't do me any good. And I know that you can get other switches and upgrade, and so you don't have to use the board and all that, but I didn't really want to bother doing that because I didn't have another switch on hand, and I kind of had to finish that bowl. And if you want to see the finishing of that bowl, you can revert to my last video that I posted. I got about halfway through that project before this thing crapped out on me, and so I really had not a lot of time to sort of get this thing fixed and back up and running. And it only took about a day, just from fabrication and breaking down the old treadmill, getting all the wires and cords out, and then hooking it up to this one and fabricating and welding the bracket on and bolting and doing all that stuff. So and then wiring up the switch and all that. So but like I said, if I would have known that these results would have been this great, I would have done this right after I bought the lathe. So there you have it. Because that last clip was I was kind of blocking the view of the camera, I'll show you just to prove that this thing is still working, and that there is torque and it runs fine. So go ahead and do that now. This here is just a piece of camphor, and if you guys are unfamiliar with camphor or never worked with it before, I will tell you that it's like trying to turn a bottle of Vicks Vapor Rub. This thing, the menthol scent that comes off this, will literally make your eyes water and make your nose run. So yeah, it's if you're not into that kind of smell, then I would suggest staying away from this stuff because it's very strong. So there you have it. Just wanted to share that with you, just to prove that. I mean, you could hear it slow down a little bit, but it's like night and day compared to the old motor, because that one, anytime you had any green piece of wood on here, constantly stalling out, you know, it would get stuck on your chisel or your gouge or whatever. And it was just a constant headache with this thing. So really stoked on this upgrade. Like I said, I would highly suggest it if you purchase this 12 by 36 Harbor Freight lathe. I highly recommend finding a cheap treadmill online and making the upgrade. So there you go. Thanks for sticking around, you guys, checking it out. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, maybe share it with some friends. You can also check me out on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and just see what's going on day to day in the shop. So there you have it. Again, thanks for sticking around, you guys. And as always, I will catch you on the next one.